Hey there, Discover Family Church. Pastor Johnny here. I hope you guys are doing well. I want to take the next few days and talk about what it means to really be a disciple of Jesus, to really follow after him and live for him, and what it means that we will do when it comes to following after Jesus. And really, being a disciple of Jesus means that we will be like Jesus. And so what are some of the things that he does that he wants us to do? And so the first one I want to talk about today is that if we want to be a disciple of Jesus, then we need to learn how to touch lepers. If you don't know what leprosy is, it's a disease that was prevalent, especially in biblical times, and it's still around today. It's a disease where basically parts of your body rot and decay while they're on you. They'll fall off, and you open wounds and sores, and it's contagious, and they didn't understand a lot of it back in the biblical times. All the way up until the 20th century, really, it was something that was basically at some point a death sentence, and you were sent away. There wasn't really a whole lot of treatments that really worked. It's nice that we live in today's society where if you were to catch leprosy, which would be really hard to catch because it's just not really prevalent anymore, although you can catch it from armadillos. If you don't know that, just stay away from armadillos. They carry leprosy. But if you did happen to catch it, you can take some pills and you're pretty much okay. There used to be leper colonies all over the world. They would send lepers away so that they were unclean, they were dirty, they were the lowest of the low in society. And you weren't supposed to touch them, you weren't supposed to get near them. But yet in Mark chapter 1, we see that Jesus ignored all of that. His instinct was not to run away from the dirty, or run away from those that were bad. His instinct was to go towards them and show them love, to touch them. There's no greater form, of compassion. It's just that human interaction. We have been stuck in our homes, a lot of us, away from people, away from friends. I know for the church, I've been away from you guys. I want to hug you, I want to love on you, and just be your buddy and be here for you. And I miss that simple human interaction. And I can't imagine what it would be like to be sent out of society with no human interaction for the rest of your life. But Jesus ignored all that. In Mark chapter 1, he said, filled with compassion, Jesus reached out his hand and he touched the man. He wasn't supposed to do that. He touched the man. Immediately the leprosy left him and he was cured. Jesus specifically went after those who were the worst, and he calls us to do the same. If we want to be a disciple of Jesus, we need to learn how to touch lepers. And now I'm not talking about going and finding one of the 4 people in the United States that have leprosy right now or whatever. But there are modern day lepers. Whether it's thieves or drunks or hateful people, angry people, hurt people, people that are the world thinks is evil. People that even we in our gut might think is evil. Jesus still looks at them and says, I love them, they're my child. To reach out and be there for them. It doesn't mean, I want you guys to hear me, just because you love somebody and you reach out to them does not mean you condone behavior. It just means that you're being Jesus. Jesus spent as much time as he could with sinners, and honestly didn't spend a whole lot of time with the saints. He loved people that were far away from him. He spent time with them. That wasn't him condoning their behavior. He went to them with love and said, hey, I have something better for you. In Matthew chapter 25, Jesus gives an analogy talking about what he wants us to do. And he says to some people, he says, for I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me in. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry or feed you or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you as a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you as a sick or in prison and come and visit you? And the king will answer them, truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these, my brothers, you did it to me. Church, if you want to be like Jesus, we need to learn to see Jesus in other people. To see the least. There's a song, I'm going to read you the lyrics to it here in a second. And it's a song that really, it's one of my favorite songs. It's from a band from years ago called Brave Saint Saturn. And they had a song, it was simply called Under Bridges. And the lyrics to it are so profound. And I want you to hear it real quick, because this is what Jesus is talking about, what he wants to see out of you. And if you want to be a true disciple of Jesus, this is the way you need to live. The words say this. It says, yesterday while walking beneath an overpass, I saw the figure of Jesus standing barefoot on broken glass. His beard was graying. The smell of urine had filled the air, asking if I had some change, anything that I could spare. Emaciated, his shaking fist balled up, influenza and pneumonia, begging God to take his cup, so different from his pictures, breathing air through yellow tubes. Jesus Christ dying of AIDS can look right through you. And all of us have hated him. We've all crucified and walked away from the Savior of the prostitutes, the drunkards, the rapists. It finishes in a really simple way. It says, under bridges with hands raised, from the ghettos they praise his name. Broke and crippled in the dark of night, raise your voices to Jesus Christ. Church, if you want to be like Jesus, then we need to learn how to see Jesus in the least of us. We need to learn that Jesus is not waiting for the church doors to open for us to praise his name, but from under bridges, in the ghettos, we can sing out his love and we can show it with people around us. You want to be like Jesus? Learn how to reach out and touch some lepers today. I love you so much. I'll talk to you soon.